Peace and blessings. What's good? This is your boy Seven Inglewood's on right now in your zone, and this is another episode of the Black Man Show presents Society Breakdown, and always with a little bit of 7 cents. You dig? Man, what is good? This past couple weeks has been crazy. You know what I'm saying? I got my shorty I'm dealing with, of course. I got, family and life stuff and all that, work and my normal day gig. And then I had the flu for the longest. And I couldn't take a day off or on anything. So I had to I had to work through the flu, doing my job, taking care of my son, taking care, the household and all that stuff. And hey, it was something. It was definitely something. So I apologize to all y'all who are rocking with me for missing out on last week's episode. But hey, life be life, man. And if you where I am, then you know that just about everybody got hit in some kind of way. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know why it hit me the way it hit me. I lost like 25 pounds. I didn't have an appetite. I was doing all the things that make you lose weight. I'll just say that involuntarily. And so it was not a pretty sight whatsoever. So I'm very exceptionally glad, exceedingly so, to be on this side of it versus where I was before. But now that that's beyond me, I can move on. You can move on. We can move on and get on with this business. You dig? So I got to give a shout out to some of my brothers that I went to college with. We've been reconnecting lately, and that's been some of the most. We've been having some really good conversations, and it just took me back to the conversation that we used to have when we were still on campus, and because we used to have some pretty deep conversations, either in the midst of us or all of us as a whole. And one thing that popped up recently, I thought it interesting to bring to the whole. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this one, right? So I'm looking at this message that one of them sent out amongst us all that says, Al Sharpton's DEI boycott plan, 24-hour blackout on Friday, February 28th from 12 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. This is the first step to counter the attack on DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Do not make any purchases. Do not shop online or in store. No Amazon, no Walmart, no Best Buy, no McDonald's or other fast food stores, no gas, no major retailers. Do not use credit or debit cards for non-essential spending. Try to buy all you need before Friday, February 28th, but if necessary, only buy essentials of absolutely necessary items such as food, medicine, emergency supplies. If you must spend, only support small local businesses. Why this matters. Corporations and banks only care about their bottom line. Disrupting the economy for even one day sends a powerful message. If they don't listen, we make the next blackout longer. Our numbers are powerful. This is how we make history. Spread the message. Please share this, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so yeah. So, and then they conjure up Dr. King in its messaging. And to that, I have to say, while I am somebody who understands what they're trying to do, I just wonder how effective something like that really is. Because all people are going to do is, if I have a business and my business isn't predicated on isn't dictated by the daily sales. It's the cumulative sales of, weeks, months, quarters, and years that I'm really looking at. If I'm the CEO and I'm looking at my bottom line, I'm not caring about what happened on one day, honestly. So from that perspective, I'm looking at it like, what are we talking about here? What are we even doing here? Why is this the strategy? You know what I'm saying? Like now I get what they're trying to do. Again, I understand what the goal is here. It's to make them feel it. Hey, we're mad about DEI. Okay. And I get that, but I'm like, is DEI really the battle that we need to be fighting? And I'm not saying this because I'm completely absent of the infamous poem, First They Came for the Jews, I believe is the name of the poem, or something like that, where it says basically first it came for the Jews, then it came for the team, all these other groups, and it was like I wasn't in any of them people, but then they came for me, and nobody spoke up because there was nobody left. And so I can get that. I can understand the sentiment behind something like that. However, Comma Space, I still just wonder if this is even our fight to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Like, what part of this is about us? What part of this fight is for us? What part of DEI, and I get it. You're, hey, we're mad about DEI. We didn't get those 12 businesses in Target. Oh no, we can't see them anymore. We can't go to Target and shop and go get our favorite person who's black. We can't, because they don't have a website. They don't have a website. You can't order online from them. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? You can't go get those products directly from that person from their website. They don't have, because a lot of people, a lot of companies, a lot of corporations, black, white, Hispanic, what have you, a lot of organizations that have businesses, even if they have placement within a store, they also have placement elsewhere because they diversify. And look, shameless but never nameless plug. If you guys are looking for somebody to buy from, holla at your boy. You can buy from me. If you're looking for some merch, get yourself some of this Black Men Show merch right here. We always are asking, what the hell are we talking about? You dig? Just go ahead and go over to theblackmanshow.com, theblackmanshow.com, and get yourself some merch. Help your boy out. This is how we help black entrepreneurs and black businesses stay whole while the DEI thing is doing whatever the hell it's doing. And trust, I'm not worried about DEI. No offense to the people who were like dependent and relying on it. I don't know why you would put all your eggs into one basket like that anyway, but I digress. But I'm just saying, like, I'm not worried about DEI. I'm worried about y'all. Do y'all like what I got? If so, come get some. If not, you ain't got to. I ain't about that, you dig? So if that's what you're up for, holla at your boy at blackmanshow.com. We have a lot of other merch that you can check out for yourself, for you, for yours. And all of the merch comes in different colors and sizes all the way up to and including 4X. So I'm sure there's something out there just for you. There's always a holiday coming up, and they put in a holiday in every single month, so that way you got a reason to buy something. I'm sure something's coming up. We'll put out something green so you can have it just in time for St. Patty's Day. But either way, holla at your boy at blackmanshow.com. You can even get one of these designed by your boy. Holla! And one of the brothers who brought the information in, like, he has two or three businesses of his own, and I would almost wager to guess that none of his businesses are dependent upon DEI to thrive. You dig what I'm saying? Like, he didn't need a DEI program or appointment to get him to get his business up and running. You see what I'm saying? And I would think that if you are putting all your eggs into one basket, then you run the folly of what that entails. Like, you don't put all your eggs into one basket. You have to diversify whatever it is you're doing. You can't just say, I'm only going to look at drug dealers. They don't only sell, like, some of them may just only sell one drug, but they don't only sell it on one corner. They have to go to other places to find distribution. They have to find other ways to do it. You have to find another way. And I think what it comes down to, and I think what we're seeing with a lot of I won't even say DEIs, let me not say that, but I think what we're seeing with a lot of these shakeups that are happening in some media companies and with some products in general is that the goods and or the services may not be actually good. And I think that's what it's coming down to. I mean, no offense, and shout out to Joy Reid, whatever happens to her in her career going forward, but her ratings were in the tank. She had a bad show. If you have a bad show, you have a bad product, then people are just not going to get with it, regardless of the fact that you're black, you're out there. And that's why I always say, like, it just being black ain't enough. You still have to be good. And don't get me wrong, there are good businesses out there that do get overlooked. There are good actors who get overlooked, job applicants, all those things. People get overlooked all the time. However, comma space, there is still a chance for you. You have to keep going. You have to keep at it. Do you really want this thing? Then keep at the thing. Don't say, oh, well, DEI is gone, so I can't do anything now. Why? It's only been around for a couple of years. Why are people ready to jump out the trees over DEI when affirmative action's been in place for 60 plus years and hardly anybody wanted to do anything off of that? They were just online mad, online activism. I didn't see y'all hit the streets like y'all did for George Floyd, and that's his whole other thing. But I'm just saying, I didn't see that. So I don't get this fight. Y'all gonna have to help me out for real. Let's really back this thing up and say, okay, wait. So we're not gonna shop for one day. Okay. So we don't shop for one day. That's just gonna increase sales on the 27th and the 1st of March, right? I don't know. So again, from the CEO perspective of said organization, whatever, or whatever company, you're mad at Target. We ain't shopping at Target. Okay, fine. So CEO of Target is looking at his sales and says, oh, snap, here's February 27th. Wow. Here's February 28th. Oh, here's March 1st. Oh, and then they keep on going. They don't. What did that do? What did that do? You see what I'm saying? In the grand scheme of things, I don't think that's doing enough or moving the needle the way they think, the way you think. And that's, I guess, the only way that can really have an impact is if you are one of those type of consumers who spends every single day. If it's almost like you go to your job every day and every day you buy something. Now, if you're buying like that, then I would start to question your whole consumer situation. But, hey, I ain't in your household. And I don't know how you live. But I'm just saying, in general, why would you be buying something every single day to the point where not buying something one day is an act of activism? You see what I'm saying? Like, what is that? What is that? What is that doing? And how was that moving the needle? How was that making things better? When they had the Montgomery bus boycott, do you think they was like, hey, we're going to do this for a day, y'all, and we're going to just see how this go? Now, I can understand if they did that for a day, because in those days and in that time, that was all they had. They had one bus company. So, yeah, they didn't have any other alternative, and so that hit the one place that they were that they were looking to make money from, and that's from the people who ride the buses. So the Montgomery Bus Company, I can't even remember the name of it, but so that company could be hit directly in the pockets by people not taking a bus for a day, a week, a month, or I believe it turned into 18 months or something like that. So in that sense, it makes sense to say, okay, yeah, stopping for a day maybe would have an impact. Maybe. But now we're dealing with international companies, international entities. And you think that your one off day of not shopping is going to do something? How?
How, Sway?
Y'all explain it to me. And a lot of us like to talk a lot of shit. We don't like to do a lot of shit, but we like to talk a lot of shit. You see what I'm saying? So we'll wear shirts and put up posts to say things like, I'm not my ancestors, thinking that that's a flex. But in actuality, you're absolutely right. Your ancestors actually had conviction. They actually stuck to the shit that they believed in. And they didn't just say, hey, let's do a one-day walkout and that's going to solve the problem. Let me know in the comments. Maybe I'm looking at things completely wrong. And I get it. People are saying, well, it's just the first step, 7. Why you gotta hate on people? Why you gotta be like that? I'm not trying to hate. I'm just saying, if you're really about it, then be about it. Burn the damn ships. Burn the ships. Go to war. We ain't got a way to go back. We'll figure it out after that. But right now, this is what we on. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you gonna say we ain't shopping at all, we ain't doing none of that no more. We ain't, like, even if it's just like we're not shopping at Target anymore. Okay, cool. Don't shop at Target no more. Then that'll be something you could say, okay, now maybe they'll feel it if you don't shop there ever again, ever. And you have to mean it. But when you're saying, yeah, I'm not going to shop on Tuesday, but I'll see him again on Wednesday. What did you stop? You ain't stopped nothing. You ain't stopped their money. You didn't stop their money from coming because they still getting the same money. They still getting it. So I don't know. Like if sure, sales were low at the end of February, but they rose right back up in the beginning of March. Okay. What did that do? My point is, when you are looking to disrupt a system, you can't just look to it's not an overnight thing. Then too many of y'all, I think, are thinking and I don't even know if this is really Al Sharpton's plan tonight. This is just something that's going around. Who knows? I doubt it's Al Sharpton's, because I've been seeing plans like this for the longest, talking about spending, and we own $1 trillion of spending and blah 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, we own $1 trillion of spending, but a lot of that is going to house stuff you need for your house, like gas, your rent, your bills. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not all speculative spending. It's spending. It's just spending. It's as a whole, everything you spend money on. It's not just vacations and that trip that you took to Dubai that one time back when you were still single. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not none of that stuff. It is about the entirety of what it is you're doing. And I don't think enough of us are looking at this from the cumulative perspective and saying, oh, okay, well, as a whole, this isn't really driving the message or pushing the needle as we thought it did. And I think if you're looking to disrupt a system, if you're really looking to disrupt the system, you got to hit them in their pockets, which this is aiming to do, but you have to do it in a way that you got to do it in a way that they going to feel it, baby. You got to make them feel it. And because people know about the way that we shop and the way that we spend, and there are analysts who actually look at the numbers and look at the patterns, it would not surprise me in one bit if this wasn't even Al Sharpton's design or plan at all. Again, we've seen different versions of this, but it wouldn't surprise me if somebody who ain't even somebody who looks like us is sitting there saying, hey, we need people to shop more. Let's go ahead and get them to join on this goofy little plan, so that way they actually increase sales on the 27th and the 1st of March. You know what I'm saying? So like that, it actually may be working counterintuitively to what it is that you're thinking you're doing on the 28th. I'm just saying. What did Lincoln do when he was trying to disrupt the power struggle between the North and the South? Free the slaves, right? And in freeing the slaves, what did that do to the power structure? It lessened the South and increased the North, right? It hit the South in the damn pockets, and they've been mad about it ever since. But that's a whole different thing. But I'm just saying. So I don't know. But as far as this DEI thing and the fights that everybody is having for it and talking about how we should be fighting for the DEI and we're mad about this. Where was that fight for affirmative action? Where was all of that fight for affirmative action? Affirmative action, I would say, would be the precursor to DEI, right? Y'all didn't fight like this for affirmative action? And y'all let them Asians come through and say, we're not getting enough representation at Ivy League schools. And now what's happened? Their enrollment into Ivy League schools has gone down since affirmative action has gone away. What was your point there? And I've said this before, and it's like it really annoys me how many times we see, and I know I'm about to go off on the tangent, but it annoys me how much we see, other minorities come into the United States almost seemingly trying to prove to white people that they aren't those minorities, these minorities, so that way they can be the new lapdog for the white power structure and be on some, well, as long as it's not us type shit. It's like, that's how it seems that it's playing out. That's how, look at the last story about Levittown. We got Jewish people coming into the United States and precluding black people from spaces. Okay, so you're going to preclude black people when you were precluded where you were from, right? What sense does that make? You're precluded in the United States in certain respects. So I don't get you looking to do something like that, or anybody looking to do something like that when the overall power structure is letting you know none of y'all are accepted. None of y'all. We just stand out more because we can't help it. Look at our color contrast. We can't help but stand out. So of course we're gonna stand out. But even if you have the same complexion for protection, you only protected but for so long. I mean, because there was a time when Italians weren't seen as white. There was a time when the Irish weren't seen as white. There was a time when the Jews, Greeks, a lot of the people from Slavic nations were not considered white. Now they are, because the white numbers continually drop. And that's why we're having a lot of this whole stuff going on in the government and power structure and all that. But I don't want to get into that. My whole thing right now is about this DEI thing, right? Again, just bringing it back. What is a DEI protest really supposed to do? I would love for somebody to break it down for me, help me understand what it is, what it's about, why one day is supposed to do something when no other movement that we've had was a day. None. Hell, even the Million Man March took months and probably up to a year in planning just to get to that point. So what are we supposed to be doing in a day that can't be reversed the next day? You see what I'm saying? If you're looking for lasting change, if you're looking for lasting movement, if you're looking for something that actually has some bite to it, I just don't think this is it. I don't know. I don't know. You tell me. Y'all let me know. Maybe I'm completely out of my damn mind and y'all gonna be like, hey, Seven, you don't know what the hell you talking about. Cause my grandmama, when yeah, your story, your anecdotal story, of course, is everybody, of course. But in case it's not, put it down where the goats can get it. Shout out to Joe Madison. Put it down where anybody can understand it. So that way it's not so pie in the sky. It's just something that everybody can pick up and say, yeah, this is what it is and this is real. Because what I'm seeing right now, that ain't it. But y'all let your boy know down in those comments and I will holler at you next time. But until then, this has been another episode of The Blackman Show presents Society Breakdown. Always with a little bit of 7 cents. But y'all take care of each other till next time and I'll holler at you then. Peace. And I'm out.